Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to talk about bin 2. It has been 32 days since my last update, so it's a long time period in between, which is fine. Worms do better when they're not disturbed as much, but it's time to dig in there, see if we can get them motivated again, and see if we can get them feeding. So they're probably going to need some food. We'll see about maybe adding a little bit of coffee grounds or something in there, but we're not going to add a whole lot. And we'll see about getting them also spread out through the bin a little bit more. So let's go and take a look and see how they're doing. All right, so here's our bin 2. We have the date we last checked in. Today's date, that's the 23rd. It doesn't look like a 3, but it's the 23rd. So 32 days in between checkups. Top is very dry. Even looks a bit like it has some powder that grew on it or mold that maybe died off on it. So it's quite dry. We have the fruit fly trap in there. Sorry if you can hear my dog running around upstairs. But we have the fruit fly trap. It looks like it caught some flies and they've molded over in there. You can see on here. So it doesn't look like there's any that are really that fresh, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and take this out and put this to the side. And I think we won't add that back in. I think we're just going to leave that out. So the first thing we're going to do though is we're going to take off our top here and just see how it looks underneath here. I see some worms already crawling on top here, which is a great sign. Trying to get away from the light. And you can see there's already some worms in here. So I'm not seeing any cocoons on top. And I didn't see any cocoons when I checked bin 1 either. But you can see that they're really working through here. You know, there's really a good mixture. You've got some baby ones in here, which shows that they probably need more food. You know, as they feel that they mature a little quicker when they're fed really well compared to when they're underfed. And you can see right here, there's some really good examples of some smaller ones here. See if I can just spread them out a little bit here. You got the baby there, some slightly larger teenagers. Not seeing anything else in here. But material looks pretty good. It's pretty broken down. Let's just dig down here to the bottom. Take a look. Oh, look at that. There's some moisture and some coffee grounds down in here on the bottom, and it looks like they're doing really well. So there's some of our bigger worms, and there's a big group down there. Let's just see if there's any more down here. Oh, there's actually a lot of coffee grounds down here, it looks like, and that's where the worms are, because that's where the food is. Now, I've had some people say coffee ground is a grit. It is not a grit. It breaks down. It's not a rock, which is what crushed eggshell is more of a calcium. It's a rock. So you really, if you're looking for grit, you want something that's a rock. The coffee grounds are actually a nitrogen source and will heat up. I see some little springtails jumping around too, but look at that tiny little baby worm right there. I don't know if you can see him or not. Right there. So I'm not seeing any cocoons still, but it looks like that there's a lot of healthy activity down here in the bottom. The moisture level looks fairly good. Maybe a little bit on the damp side, maybe? I don't know. If I wrung this out, it's hard to say if I wrung this out, but look at that, another big handful of worms. So there's still food in here that they're still working through with those coffee grounds and everything, it seems like. So let's do one more. Let me move this off to the side here. Do one more handful. So this side didn't have as much on it looks like. And just, I don't know what the heck this is right here. It looks like a piece of film from something. Maybe an apple or something like that. There's an apple seed right there. So maybe that was an apple that was in here and there's a film left over. We'll see if that just breaks down slowly, probably a wax film. And here's a chunk right here, just flakes right apart. That's good consistency when it does that. So overall, actually there's quite a few worms in here. I'm kind of surprised. I was really worried about this one being hit hard. I think I will add just a little bit of food in here. I have some peelings from a cucumber, I think, over here. Let me just grab it. And some carrot. These are all frozen, obviously. So I'm just going to rip off a whole bunch here from the center. And this is just a little bit of food just to kind of tide them over. I'm just going to throw that in the center. We're not going to add any paper. These will thaw pretty quickly. So I'm going to add a little bit of grit, although I don't think they really need it per se. I mean, it looks like there was quite a bit of grit in there. But I always find that, especially with coffee grounds, this can balance out that pH if there's any acidity left or any like lemon or citrus or anything like that that's left over on the peelings, because I do run these, I reuse all my containers for this stuff. So we're going to bury this back right into the center, bury it down nice and deep so that way other creatures can't get to it. So, and we'll leave this back in here. Now, I do think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this off to the side here. Actually, we're going to kind of move this around a little bit, maybe flatten it out just a little bit more, because we're going to try something different in here as well. I debated about doing this in bin number 1, but I think in bin number 2 I'm going to do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this shirt back in the middle. That's going to denote where we last fed, which is obviously the center. And then I'm going to add a bag over top. And unlike in my other videos where I had a big Target bag, that's a banana peel right there. Let's move that underneath there too. Where I had a Target bag, and I had a couple of people ask me if Target was sponsoring me, which they are not. If they would like to, please contact me. I'd be more than happy to have them as a sponsor. But I'm not anywhere near that big. But I do have this bag right here. So this is just a generic gray bag that I had in my basement. Actually, I'm going to, there's a little worm here on the side. I'm going to just drop him down in there real quick. And we're going to use that to cover this up. And see if this sort of helps keep that moisture in a little bit. I'm not adding any water. I don't feel it needs it. It felt like it was the right consistency, and I don't want to add too much moisture. And I'm still going to put the top over this. So we're going to have this be very different than any other bin that I've run in the past, because we're still going to have this top over it. But this is our update for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, please let me know. If anybody's tried a system like this where they've had a bag underneath and then the lid on top, let me know too. I know a lot of people, you know, like AV, he's one of the guys that does bins. He only has bags on top typically. He leaves it open with a bag. And he has great activity near the surface, which I don't necessarily get on mine because of the lid and the air gap. You know, you've got this air gap that's about that thick, and, you know, the worms don't really want to be around it typically unless it's really wet and you have a lot of moisture on the lid. So anyhow, let me know what you think. Please leave a comment down below, and thank you for watching.